Well, Tembegile, I'll tell you there's these group of marchers. My colleague Pilani Zuma will be showing you their images. They are saying, "Stop the war, stop the war." That is their chant here. I just want to bring in the march organizer, Katya. Here, Katya, talk to us about your demonstration here.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Talk to us about your demonstration and what you hope to achieve.
Our demonstration we are stating our petition to the South African government not to be neutral in this situation and act in support of Ukraine. Our specific requirements or requests are publicly and without reservation condemn the Russian invasion of Ukraine, allow visa-free entrance to South Africa to Ukrainians whose family members are temporarily or permanently live in South Africa, and tell Putin to stop this insane madness. Pretty much are the points, the main points of this march. And also we want to bring awareness to the population that with this war going on, nobody's gaining anything. It's not just our war. It's not just war in Ukraine. It's the war that all the world should worry about, including South Africa.
What do you make of South Africa's response to this particular conflict so far?
Sorry, say it again?
What do you make of South Africa's response to the conflict so far?
I am assuming they're trying to stay on the neutral side due to their membership in BRIC and due to their business partnership with Russia. Whatever other reasons are, some people say because Russia helped South Africa during apartheid. Ukraine was there too, just by the way, let's not forget that. Ukraine was part of Soviet Union when they were helping South Africa to fight apartheid. And nevertheless, none of those reasons should stop South Africa to go to support Ukraine. Because what Ukraine is fighting for is democracy, freedom, human rights, which are cornerstones of South African constitution. So by not supporting Ukraine, South Africa is going against their own principles, constitutional principles. That's what I take out of it.
Okay, this particular demonstration, Katya,
yes.
You are saying you're going to stop just at Ushaka. You started just on the north part of it, so it's about a 10-kilometer march.
Yeah.
What other activities do you then plan on having other than this particular march to put pressure on the South African government?
At this point, this is it for today. It also took us just quite a few days to get the permission, just by the way, because Durban Council wasn't in a rush to. They first even declined it. I'm not going to go into the detail there, but basically, yeah, in Durban it's a little bit more difficult to have do public actions. But we will see how this one goes, and we will take it from here. We're going to be planning more of these events to bring awareness, to educate people. We're not going to be silent. We're not going to stand silent. Yes.
Thank you so much, Katya, for talking to us here on Newzroom Afrika. Well, Tembegile, I just want to show you the group that has gathered here so that you see, get a sense of a picture of the crowd that has gathered here. Katya herself is a Ukrainian citizen. She told me that she has been in South Africa for about 15 years now, and that's what they're saying. They're saying that South Africa should be supporting Ukraine because they feel that the country, based on its principles of humanity, based on its constitution and also values of Ubuntu, South Africa would essentially be going against its own principles and values if it does not support Ukraine. So I want to show you now what we are seeing is a chant of stop the war. It's quite an interesting march here because they've roped in the assistance of Zulu dancers, Zulu traditional dancers. It's quite a mixture, reminiscent, of course, of the earlier times when those who tell us about history, the earlier times when Africans engaged with Europeans. You'd find that the history of African people was that they're always willing to assist Europeans in their quest in our continent. And so these pictures are quite reminiscent of those historical accounts. My colleague Pilani Zuma showing you these images. This particular march to Begile is about 10 kilometers. It started up on a part called the North Beach in Durban on our promenade here. My colleague Pilani Zuma showing you an image with hands off Ukraine. Certainly, Putin is not the favorite person according to these particular demonstrators here.
Durbanites, South African, living in Durban, friends with lots of people from the Ukraine. They're my family. They've gone through so much as a nation for over 100 years, you know, going back to Joseph Stalin, starving them. They've been bullied. Their country, they're trying to be independent for 30 years. Look what Putin is doing. He's spreading lies. All we want is peace. Peace for the people. Peace for the civilians, the children, mothers, fathers. We want peace in the country. Stop the war!
Well, that was one of the protesters here saying that they want peace. She's saying that Ukraine has been essentially under siege for over 100 years. I just want to bring in as many voices as possible here. Pilani, if I can just ask you to turn around in this try and show this particular poster. Ma'am, talk to us about your participation in today's protest. Talk to us about why you're here.
We are participating because this is a human rights violation, and Putin is killing innocent children and people in hospitals, patients, young, old, everybody.
We are here in solidarity of the Ukrainian people because what happens now is atrocities against the people of Ukraine. Innocent people are getting killed day by day, and that's terrible. That's why we're walking today.
Oh, okay. No, thank you so much, sir. Well, Tembegile, as we take this walk and obviously try to catch up with this group of protesters, I will tell you that it started off quite small, but what we are seeing is that more and more people have started joining them as they're marching. My colleague Pilani Zuma on handheld trying to show you these images of citizens here. One of the questions I asked, of course, to the demonstration organizer, Katya, who's from the Ukraine, about what exactly will happen post a march, because there's always an interesting question to ask is that what happens, what's the next step after a demonstration? What else can we expect? Because their aim is to put pressure on the South African government. She is saying that she's hoping that this particular march will have some kind of impact, and that the South African government will be responsive. But she also did not have kind words for the eThekwini municipality, which was supposed to give them permission to hold this particular demonstration. She says that the city has not been particularly cooperative. It's quite a mixture of people that have come into this particular march, young and old. Some have even brought their pets here. All, of course, to say that they are in solidarity with Ukraine. Sir, can we talk to you, sir?
Yes, of course.
I see you've brought someone else here. Is he also Phoenix?
Yeah. And Phoenix is very much against the war in Ukraine.
Yeah, exactly. Are you sending him there to say no, hands down Putin?
But she's very, very opposed to the war, and she will definitely say down with Putin. Absolutely, absolutely.
So I understand that this particular march is comprising of South Africans and also European.
Yes, of course, yes, absolutely. So it's South African Ukrainians and Ukrainians here in the country against Putin and in solidarity with the rest of Europe. And we're saying down with Putin and down with the war.
Thank you so much. Well, Tsembegile, the march is proceeding in earnest here at the Durban Beachfront. We will be catching up with you. They are going to make their way to the popular Ushaka resorts here on the Durban Beachfront, Ushaka Beach Resorts. And so that is where they hope to culminate. That is where, of course, we expect to get details on their memorandum of that they're wanting to submit here in Durban.
Nkosikhona Duma, live for us on the streets of Durban. Thank you very much this afternoon. Police